What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? So I wanted to share with you guys, besides having a little call center, or a couple of them, another thing that I do as a hobby, because I'm a car guy, right, is I buy and sell cars, right? But I don't just buy. I do randomly buy cars here in Mexico, but I also recently, about 6 months ago, I got a license to be able to buy cars in the U.S. auctions, import them to the U.S. to Mexico, and then sell them here, right? So literally yesterday, but I didn't start off with nicer cars. My first car I bought was a 10,000 peso Chevy Cavalier, and I bought it for like $500. Turned around and sold it for, I think it was 1,500, but like $250 in the motor. So eventually, that's how I flip cars, right? I've never bought a brand new one from the dealership or anything like that. Got myself into debt on cars in Mexico, right? I did it in the U.S. and it was bad. So I just got delivery of this yesterday, right? It's a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. This one I purchased at the auto auction in actually Massachusetts. I don't buy them wrecked. I don't like really buying them wrecked, right? There's a big business in that. I don't personally like it. This one has a little bit of a rust issue, just from the wheel wells and it being in the Northeast. So I'm gonna fix that. It's just basically on the fender flares. So this is the interior of it, and then I want to share you with you guys. This is the payment, right? The paperwork to make them Mexican, to make these cars Mexican. So that's the pedimento, and the title's in here as well for the American guys. So the title's like right there, right? And it's marked usually with an export only sign because I don't have the licensing to sell in the US. So I have to import them to Mexico and then sell them here. Business wise, I'll share with you guys a little bit, right? So I bought this Jeep for $7,000 US, right? Look at all the extras it has. So it was a great buy. And then with the auction fees and everything, it wound up being $8,400, right? So about 160,000 pesos. With the transport fees, which was like $2,000, $2,400 actually, to bring it to El Paso, and then it was another $3,000 to make it Mexican, make it nacional, right? For the import laws, you can only import cars covered under NAFTA. So it was 2013, 2014 vehicles, and they have to be built. Their assemblage has to be somewhat built in the U.S., Mexico, or Canada. So I've spent so far. I've got about $13,000 into it. I'm gonna wind up spending another $2,000. It's got a little bit of issues. Some big cosmetic rust issues. I don't think it's anything structural. I'm gonna take it into the shop. It's got a little bit of engine issue, which these are the 3.6 liter engines. So worst case scenario, I have to buy a brand new one. Let's say I'll put an extra $2,000 into it altogether. We know, I use some of the best shops in Mexico, but the costs are considerably lower than in the U.S. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to use it for a little while, right? It's cool. I like it. I plan to invest in it about $15,000, 300,000 pesos. And then eventually when I do sell it, I wouldn't take less than, let's say, $25,000, right? It'll be worth 500,000 pesos when it's all said and done. I'm going to make it real cool. And then plus all the cool extras. It's got, the winch. If you go up front, it's got the LED bar. It's got the winch. It's got the tow hooks, all that cool stuff. So yeah, it's another one of my side hustles. It's a hobby. I love it. I love doing it. It's just obviously it takes a while to build up some money to be able to do it. I've got a few cars here. I actually brought one of my SUVs from Playa del Carmen. I drove it up to Juarez. Nothing happened. It was safe. I drove it up here, and I sold it 3-4 weeks ago. And with the money I had there, I actually turned it into this. And then I also have a older Jeep Grand Cherokee 96, right? That that I took it in as a trade-in. Got it really cheap for like $500 as a trade-in. And then I also purchased a Ford Edge 2013 at the auction. It's getting fixed up right now. That one, be some profit on that. So, it's not just how you make money, right? You got to make some money, but what you do with it, right? I hardly really keep much cash. I always invested in things that I know are going to be more valuable. And like ATVs, pickup trucks, four-wheel drive vehicles, Jeeps don't depreciate at all, hardly. So just invest your money into things that will help make you more money. Put your money to work for you. And then if you love it, it's not even a job, right? Like I love fixing up cars and stuff. And well, that's it. Have a good day, guys.